to switch off here. Give me 1 second here. All right, here we go. Let me go ahead and post this, and we'll be starting. Here we go. There's we go here. There we go here. Let me just switch this over here. Perfect. Good morning, Brian. How are you today? Good. Dave, good morning. Hope everybody is doing well. Let me just go ahead and switch my screen over. Folks, if you're in the YouTube, if you're in the Zoom room, let me give you a link, a better link. You can join me right now on YouTube. Let me just put that in the chat right here. Good morning, Jill. We got people on YouTube and we got people on. Here's a link for YouTube in case you guys want to join me over there. Okay. Let me go ahead and then switch my. Well, we got people on YouTube and we got people here. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Now, folks, if you are in the Zoom room, I'm not going to be able to respond to you because I am hosting this on YouTube. So I posted the link on YouTube, and if you're on Zoom, go to YouTube. We got David, we got Clay, we got Dr. Serena, we got Infinitely, Patrick, Robert, Gary, Jody, Ivano, Carlos, Daniel. Yeah, go ahead and go to YouTube, and I'll post this right here. If you logged in on Zoom, go ahead and log in on YouTube instead. Here, let me post that here. Here we go. If you logged in on Zoom, go here instead. There we go. All right, perfect. Perfect. Good morning, Helicopter Gal, Penny, Roddy, Sandeep, Timothy. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We definitely have more than 100 people here. I hope Cam is here. Remember, don't forget Cam has customer service live. And after I'm done with my morning analysis, don't you dare go anywhere. I'm going to be talking about my program, which is going to be very, very cool. So don't you dare go anywhere after we're done. Now, can you guys see my screen okay? Am I sharing my screen? Yes, I believe I am sharing my screen. Good. Let me go ahead. All right. Let's begin. So first of all, earnings. I like to give this to you guys. Now, this is not a major week for earnings, so I didn't want to go through the entire kit and caboodle here. Richard, Infinitely, Kirk, good morning. Here is a link for you. Cam, good morning. This is a link for all of these stocks that are coming out with earnings in case we want to put on a calendar spread or a straddle or a strangle. I've been getting a lot of emails about that over the weekend. Stephen, good morning. Eagle, good morning. So join me on YouTube, okay? Join me here. This is the right place. Later on, I'll be on Zoom this afternoon, but right now I'm on YouTube. So as you guys can see, we've got PanW, we've got Lee. This is a Chinese stock. We got Zoom, we got Nucor Metals. Tomorrow we got Lowe's. A lot of earnings, and on Wednesday we've got NVDA. Big news on NVIDIA. We also have Target. We also have TJ Maxx. We have Intuit. We have Workday. So we don't have a lot of earnings this week. Can't see you. I'm on YouTube. I'm on YouTube. Can you guys see me? Can everybody else see me on YouTube? I'm seeing myself right now on YouTube. Angie, this link should be able to get you going on YouTube right here. How could you not see me on YouTube? I'm right on YouTube. Can everybody else see me okay? If you guys can see me and hear me okay. Okay, good. All right, perfect. It would be kind of weird if I was doing this myself, but for myself. Good. Thank you. All right. So Futures. So I wanted to kind of give you that earnings sheet so you guys have it, okay? As far as stocks, the Nasdaq is up about 44, which isn't really anything crazy. The Dow's up only 27, which again isn't anything big. We are random right now. In terms of weekly events, we don't have major events. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for the heads up. Good, good, good. I'm glad you guys could see me and hear me. We have a lot of Fed speakers, and you guys know what these Fed speakers are going to be saying. These folks are going to be telling the kid he's not going to get his goodies, right? We all know that, right? That's what's going to be happening. He's going to be telling that kid, no goodies for you. Let me just put this away here. No goodies for you. So, you know what? Good morning. Actually, you know what's interesting? I can actually have the chat for YouTube here too, and for Zoom. Wow, I just figured that out. Hey guys, I'm on YouTube and Zoom. I'm a double whammy. No transcript. Prefer regular, not YouTube. Well, Rochelle, at noon I'll be on Zoom. Right now I'm on YouTube. Tomorrow morning, at noon I'll be on Zoom and on YouTube. Anyway, you guys can watch me on Zoom. I just figured out how to open up my Zoom chat, so I'm good. I'm everywhere now. I'm on Zoom and I'm on YouTube. Look at that. I'm in two places at once. And I can see your chat. Here, look. Hello, everyone. So if you're on Zoom, I've got you covered. And if you're on YouTube, hello there. See that? I'm a double whammy now. All right, let's get into the good stuff. We've got Bostic. We've got Barr. We got Waller. We got Jefferson. And tonight we got Bostic. Just he wants to be on twice for some reason. Tomorrow, we got Barkin, Waller, William, Bostic. Again, Bostic. Bostic just doesn't have enough to say twice in one day. He wants to go tomorrow, too. And again, he wants to go 4 times in the next 2 days. But the bottom line is we have to be very, very mindful that these Fed speakers are not going to be talking about interest rates going lower tomorrow, okay? They're going to be talking about interest rates staying where they're at. Most importantly, we've got minutes, FOMC minutes on Wednesday, and existing home sales. And then after Wednesday, we go into our regular broadcasting program in terms of Fed data. Here's what I need you to keep in mind. Welcome, Nina. Here's what I need you guys to keep in mind. Remember, we are not in an isolated ocean. We are in an ocean full of fish and full of turbulence and a lot of other things happening. So what you guys need to understand is this. What is happening next week? What is happening next week? A major holiday, right? The first holiday of the summer. What does that mean? What does that, Angie, I'm looking at the transcript on you have to turn it on. I'm literally watching the transcript on the YouTube channel right now. So again, what is, CC, I don't know why they have to talk every week, but for some reason they have this need to talk every week and say exactly the same thing. I could pretty much tell you what they're going to say. Things are not as good as they were a few months back. We still don't know what's going to happen. And we're going to play it as it comes, which is what they've been saying. And by the way, it happens to be the truth. They're not going to tell you rates are going to go down in July because they're probably not, okay? Unless a miracle happens. All right, so let's talk about this. I've got important things to talk about today. So what is going to be next week? A holiday, a major holiday. I'll talk about the Iran helicopter crash as well. And so that let me get into this. So holiday, what does that mean? Well, I know several people, including a federal judge and an attorney, that are flying out here on Thursday and Friday to visit time with my wife, her best friends. And I know a lot of people are going to be traveling Thursday and Friday. And what do you think hedge fund managers worth billions of dollars are going to be doing? They look for every excuse not to be at work. So a lot of trading action Thursday and Friday is going to be muted. Why? Well, we know why. Because we have Fed data next week. So I'm expecting the end of this week to be very muted after Wednesday. And I'm expecting I'm expecting Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, Jacques, good morning, to be muted as well. So I'm expecting a lot of muted trading action. Rochelle, there you are. I'm seeing you on mute too. Frank, I'm seeing, boy, I could see all of you guys on YouTube and on, this is fantastic. I love it. All right, this is good. I can double whammy this. So again, don't be expecting a lot of trading action this Friday. Don't be expecting a lot of trading action this Friday. I will be here. I'm not going anywhere. I'll be here the whole time. And I'll be, but folks, this is a good time towards maybe end of day Wednesday before the market closes to start writing some options and to do some premium selling. And we'll talk about that in the pit. We'll talk about that in the VIP room. I've been gearing up. I've been doing a lot of directional option income trades, which is something nobody does. And they've been working out really, really well. And I'm going to keep doing that. If you guys are in the weekly cash flow, have you noticed I've been taking some juicy premium in, not 10 cents, but like $1.30 and things like that. So I'm able to take in more premium and liquidate the trade and still get my 10, 15, 20 cents without all that risk. So, and I'm really liking how it's coming along. So I will be doing a lot more of that. Wayne says, Trading in the Zone is phenomenal book. Thank you for sharing. I appreciate it, Wayne. If you like that, Wayne, check out Mind Traps. That's a booklet I wrote it's in the members area of the pit, and it's fantastic, and it's really, really good. It's in the Pro Trader Dashboard members area, and it's in the pit, and it's the struggles that I went through to get me to where I am right now. Look at that. We got 32 people in Zoom and we got 300 people here. This is good. I like where this is going. So again, folks, we're going to kick off the week pretty hard. We got FOMC, but don't be surprised if you see a very, very muted trading action. And even as far as this week, a lot of folks are starting to take off Tuesday and Wednesday. So don't be surprised if this week doesn't have a strong directional bias, which means we can be a little more aggressive with position sizing. Yeah, we got to get to 400, Penny. It's not the 300. We got to get to 400, break our record. All right. What about this week? Let's talk about the news, and then I'll get into the technicals and get into all the nitty gritty. Market participants, if this is not big enough for you, if you can't read this, let me know and I'll make it bigger, okay? All right. So market participants looked ahead for the release of the minutes of the Federal Reserve latest policy meeting, comments from Fed officials, and earnings report from semiconductor. NVDA are coming out on Wednesday, I believe. That's going to be a major report. Right here, Wednesday, they're expecting 9.7%. The stock is an expensive stock, so that could be a 50, 60-point move. I am probably going to be doing a time spread in the pit on it, just giving you heads up. I may also be doing a time spread on Target. I don't know. We will see. I may want to do a time spread on PanW tonight if it comes out after the market closes. I will see. It depends on how the premium goes, okay? Good. I'm glad you guys could see this. Fed. What did Fed say on Friday? And what are they going to repeat for the next 3 days? She anticipates inflation to remain. This is her talking to the kid, okay, the bike. Bigger font. All right, I can go bigger. There we go. Michelle Bowman stated Friday she anticipates inflation to remain elevated for some time. Some time is beyond July, guys. June is 10 days away, okay? I don't have it today because it's not that big, Richard. I posted this instead. This gives you the dates and the big ones. There's just not big earnings coming out anymore. Possibly Cam. I prefer to do it on NVIDIA. NVIDIA is a better one. I would probably do a straddle or a strangle on SMH, but I would do a time spread on NVIDIA. We'll talk about that more later in the week. But here's all the, this is the document I'm looking at, and this tells you the date of the earnings, and this tells you what they're expecting, okay? Let's continue. So what does she say? She said she expects the time pressure will eventually diminish with interest rates held at their current level. At the same time, Bowman repeated that she wouldn't dismiss the possibility of raising rates if necessary. How dare you? While the current stance of monetary policy appears to be at a restrictive level, I remain willing to raise the target range for the federal fund rate at future meetings should the incoming data indicate that the progress on inflation has stalled or reversed. Do you guys see what she's saying? Meanwhile, the market is pricing in a 26% chance of interest rates going down in July, which I think this should be about 5%, maybe 4%. And 9% in June, I would put this at 0.1%. We got a lot of Fed data this week, but nothing too meaningful towards the second half of the week. As I showed you, got a lot of Fed speakers, FOMC, and then we jobless claims and new home sales, consumer sentiment, which I'm going to talk to the Fed. If Hassett gets a Powell's job, I'm going to ask him to put this over here. I'm messing around, but you can play NVDA. That's right, Heather. That's right. Who told you? Who hooked you up with that ticker symbol? You sure can. You sure can. You sure can, Heather. All right. So we got a lot of retail. Lowe's, TJ Maxx, Dollar Tree, Ross Store, Target. Now, you may be thinking to yourself, well, these are second or third tier stocks. These are not FANG stocks. But let me tell you something. These retailers, they can become very, very insensual. They like to key off of each other. Matter of fact, I don't know if you guys remember, but about 2 years ago, year and a half, 2 years ago, Target earnings were lower than expected, and the market just fell apart. And we found out later it was not because they were doing bad revenue. They were just buying the wrong things during COVID. Cam says, with all the Fed speakers lining up this week, do you think they're going to make a collective push to raise? No, I don't. No, Cam. I think if they were, it's too early. I think we're still waiting and hoping that we're going to lower rates. I think the kid is still hoping that they're going to lower rates. Soon the kid's going to be hoping he doesn't have to get a day job. All right. So we have a lot of earnings. Pay attention. Retail sales have not been good. And there's a good chance that some of these stocks may come out worse than expected because sentiment has been moving lower. We'll be watching the minutes. That's going to be the biggest report this week. This is what we're talking about right here. We're going to be watching the minutes very, very closely. And the minutes are going to be on Wednesday. And the minutes are going to be publication of the Federal Reserve minutes during the Fed. Jerome Powell indicated interest rates are expected to stay elevated for an extended period of time, lingering inflationary pressure. See, the problem here is this, folks. We can't blame the Fed. That's what I just said, Cam. He's speaking 4 times in 2 days. It's a little much. It's like, can't he say what he's going to say? I just mentioned that. It's like, isn't this enough? He has to talk once, twice, 3 times, 4 times in 2 days. I mean, is he going to say anything? Is he going to say anything that we don't already know? I mean, come on. I noticed that as well. In other news, and by the way, folks, if you don't know, Cam White has a program called Customer Service Live from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Hit the red button in your members area. Please hit the button in your members area. And Wall Street Journal. Oh, this is interesting. This is important. I'm glad I'm not glossing through all this. Wall Street Journal reported Sunday that 3 regulatory agencies might substantially reduce a planned increase in capital requirements for large banks. JP Morgan and other CEOs of big banks played hardball. As a result, the Fed, along with FDIC, could reduce the plan for 20%. This would be very, very good. No, it's not an error, Joey. I saw that on I thought it was an error when I went to Market Watch, and I found out it wasn't an error. Okay. So again, Europe is up 16.16, just waiting to see what happens. And remember, guys, Monday tends to be a rotational day. Monday does not tend to be a huge day. We tend to make trades on Monday during the second half of the day, unless I really see something drastic. Mining and energy stocks outperformed. Auto and tech underperformed. Remember, are we going to get any tailwind from Europe? I don't think so. China closed higher today as sentiment remained positive following Beijing's latest measures to bolster its struggling property sector. Commodities outperformed. I've been talking about commodities on the Telegram channel over the weekend. If you guys have been seeing and paying attention, give me a heads up. Let me know it's been useful to you, okay? And by the way, we just broke our record, 383 people. Let's see if we can get it to 400. All right. They announced on Friday its most aggressive measure to stimulate the property sector, including 3 billion yen funding to clear excessive housing inventory, lowering the minimum mortgage down payment, and eliminating the national floor for mortgage rates. Hopefully, this will give us a little tailwind from China. We could use it. Chinese stocks have been doing really well. China's doing everything possible to jack up their economy. Uh, Nikkei closed higher, crossing 39,000 for the first time. Listen to this. Banks and energy stocks led the gains on Monday. Ministry of Economy and Industry reported on Monday the Japanese industry index slipped in March. Meanwhile, the benchmark 10-year bond yield rose to the highest level since 2013. Who's been talking about that for a year and a half now when they still had negative rates? Who's been talking about that for a year and a half? Who's been talking about it for a year and a half? Speculation surrounding the Bank of Japan's commitment to normalizing interest rates and supporting the struggling yen. We've been talking about that for over a year and a half. And remember I told you Warren Buffett is starting to put money in? Micron got updated, upgraded. Keep an eye on tech stocks, especially in light of NVDA earnings. I've been talking about this for almost 2 years now. Warren Buffett started buying the 3 biggest Japanese companies about a year and a half ago. There was a huge article in not Bloomberg, another publication, and I was on this like crazy. Yeah, I was on this like crazy. So Micron got upgraded. We're going to keep an eye on it. Paramount got upgraded. If you ask me, I think there should be a huge buyout in the streaming services. I think companies like Paramount, Showtime, Disney should merge. Hey, we're over 400. We got 403, 402 now, but we had 400. We just broke our record, and we have 30 people on YouTube. So we actually have 432 people here. Isn't that cool? That's a new record, guys. We're breaking records, 404. Remember I told you I wanted to get to 400? We're at 404 now. Yay! Thank you, guys. Thank you. May have to give you a bonus trade for that today. Earnings, as I mentioned, we got a lot of earnings. We got PanW. That's a stock I really am thinking about going long or writing put spreads on. It's a stock I think that's going higher. We've got Trip coming out. We got Key Signs. We got Chinese stocks. We got Zoom. We got Nordstrom's coming out. Nordstrom's is actually a big retailer. Look at that, 409. You guys keep me posted on this. You guys let me know later on where this peaks out, okay? Remember, we have a webinar, a 15-minute webinar. By the way, at 8:45, don't go anywhere. I'm going to do a 15-minute webinar. It's going to be 15 minutes long. It's not going to be a 90-minute webinar. It's going to be 15 minutes long. So don't you go anywhere. I try to be funny. All right, 411. All right. So that's that. We talked about fundamental data. We talked about earnings. We talked about the bigger picture. Now let's talk about the junior picture, right? The junior picture. Volatility. Volatility is really, really low right now. Matter of fact, if you look at volatility, folks, we haven't had volatility this low since December of 2013. That's many, many, many months of volatility that hasn't been this low. Folks, volatility is mean reverting. There's a really good chance we're going to see an upside in volatility. And we got NVIDIA this week. We've got, I don't want to say a shorter week, but the market's going to trade like it's a shorter week. Yes, you folks, okay, thank you, Duzzy. Guys, you don't need to go anywhere at 8:45. The webinar is going to be on this Zoom, on this YouTube channel. You don't need to go anywhere at 8:45. You don't need to go to any Zoom room. That Zoom room is going to redirect to this YouTube channel. Thank you, Duzzy. I appreciate you bringing that up. So do not go anywhere do not move. Stay right here or right now. If you're on Zoom, go to this YouTube channel. This is where the fun is going to be. Here, this is the YouTube channel. This is where all the good stuff's going to happen. So you could stay on Zoom, or you can go to YouTube, but I'm going to be on YouTube I'm going to be doing it on YouTube. So everybody here, Susie, Duzzy, Heather, Eagle, Helicopter Gal, Rich, Jill, you're all in the right place. All right, let's continue. So volatility, I don't think volatility is going to stay here very low. How much have you seen volatility stay at this level? I think volatility is going to start coming up. So very, very important. Gold made a all-time high, okay? Interestingly, gold made an all-time high during a very, very interesting period. But the fact that gold is making an all-time high and the fact that utilities are seeing the biggest inflow, and I'll talk about that, utilities are seeing the biggest inflow in 20 months. But this is moving higher right here, okay? This is moving higher right here, and I'm still bullish on gold prices, okay? US dollar is still continuing to go into this channel. Now, it can go a little higher, it can go a little bit lower, but if the US dollar continues declining, this is going to continue bolstering the price of gold and let me just go to energies, see how energies are doing right now. I got the cable guy came over the weekend and did some work on my internet, made it fast. So again, remember what I told you right here. I don't know how come this is erased. Maybe Matt, or let's blame Matt, right? We blame Matt for everything around here. Matt is great. We don't want to blame Matt for anything. So remember, I drew this right here and I told you there's a lot of value right around here. There's a lot of value. And right here, it looks like this sector is doing a really good job, right, so far of holding at this value. And right now, crude oil is once again above the 8-day EMA. So we could start seeing a little bit more upside. Be careful, the 50-day moving average is just a little bit above us. So if that's the case, we may be hovering in this area. What does that mean? It means that we're going to be looking at the strongest energy stocks to buy and the weakest energy stocks to sell. Okay. So just FYI, that's what we're going to be looking at today. Keep your eye on the energy market. Now, I also look at XLE, but this is crude oil, and crude oil is really where we want to, yeah, blame Clyde, exactly. Now, so look at energy sector. Look how we've been coming up on that 50-day line, and we're also above the 8-day EMA. So I'm liking what I'm seeing right now. But one of the problems is we have a lot of resistance right here. And there's a good chance if we don't come past this area, we're going to be coming down. Also, this area here is the same area that I'm talking about on the crude oil contract, which equates to the 50-day moving average. So on the crude oil contract, the 50-day moving average is acting as a resistance. On the XLE ETF, which a lot of equity traders are trading, the level 96.72 is acting like resistance, and you can actually draw an ascending triangle here. You could see how this ascending triangle is building, so we can expect price to stay near these levels. There we go, above 453. Let's see if we can get more during the webinar in here. US dollar, I talked about, still seeing downslope. Remember, US dollar going down causes interest rates to go lower too. So again, the fact that this is going down could mean that we are in fact entering an inflationary market. Now, I want to talk about bonds a little bit, deflationary market. Now, folks, this is important, okay? And this is why I'm a little less bullish on the stock market than I was the last few weeks. So remember, we ran up here, right? And then what happened the last 2 days? We couldn't break. We couldn't break the 200-day moving average. I told you guys we couldn't break the 200-day moving average, and we bounced down. We're now at the 50-day moving average. If we break down here, this is going to put lower bonds, and it's going to make higher interest rates. So perfect. Let's see if we get to 500. So if the bond market breaks down here, it's going to put pressure on the U.S. stock market, okay? It will put pressure on the U.S. stock market. The U.S. stock market will especially technology things and consumer discretionary, they're not going to go up if the bond market's going to go down, because the bond market will put increase yield on the stock market. So notice the bond market's been going up here. What has the stock market been doing? Watch. Going straight up. What the bond market in the last few days, watch. I just want to show you this correlation. The bond market's going down, right? What does the stock market do the last 2 days? Hurry up and wait. Not really going anywhere. Cam says, for everyone who's new here, show up every day at 8 a.m. Oh, thank you, Cam. I appreciate you posting that. All right, 471 people in the room. Let's see, we can get some more. So again, keep your eye on what the Fed is speaking. So a lot of folks are like, Roger, why should we watch the bond market? Why not just watch the stock market? Because there's a huge correlation. Look, we bottomed out on the stock market 419, okay? Watch this. 425. You see that? Not that far off. So there is a huge correlation. There's a huge relationship between bonds and stocks, especially right now. Bonds going higher means interest rates going lower. Interest rates going lower is amazing for the stock market. Bonds going lower, especially hitting the 50-day, and if they break down, it's not going to be good, is not for the stock market. All right? It's not for the stock market. Let's talk momentum levels, shall we? We got to talk momentum levels here. All right. Let me just draw this here. Let's go to grams clean. All right. This is the number of stocks in the NASDAQ 100 that are trading above the 20-day moving average. We are here right now. We are right here. We're not, we don't go above here very much. This is 5 years. In the last 10 years, once, twice, three times, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 times. It happens about twice every year. And we have holidays coming up, and we're all the way up here. And the bond market is literally breaking the 50-day moving average. I would be very careful here. S&P. This is the S&P 100. I want to compare the NASDAQ 100 to the S&P 100. This is the biggest stocks in the NASDAQ. This is the biggest stocks in the S&P 500, the S&P 100. This is 10 years. Look at where we're at right now, folks. And by the way, Cam, I was going to tell you this yesterday. Looks like a head and two shoulders right here, right? Head and two shoulders. But the point is, we haven't been. My point is, we haven't been. Thank you, Penny. We haven't been at this level since August of 2021. So momentum levels are, or September of 2021. So we haven't been to these levels in about 2.5, 3 years. So be very cautious. Yeah, let's see if we can get to 500. And remember, we have a class here. We're going to be moving everybody into this room in 15 minutes. So you guys understand, it's very difficult for me to go long non-day trades right now when we're at this level, because if we break down, we're going to be stuck here, and we're not going to be coming here for quite some time. So now, this is the percentage of stocks in the entire stock market. If you take any stock that it's over $5, and how are they doing? You could see that 70% of stocks right now, 70% of stocks are trading above the 20-day moving average. So it's not just one sector. It's not just one index. It's the S&P 100. It's the NASDAQ 100. And all the stocks above, and 70% of stocks are here. So how many times have we gone here in the last 10 years? Well, let's see. Once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. Joan says, asterisk my question. Joan says, sorry, Joan, I don't understand what your question is. Can you ask me again? And I'll gladly respond to you. We're about to break 500, breaking 500, breaking 500. And we have 30 people on, Zoom too. There we go. 510, baby. 510, 510. Love it. Let's keep doing this. So you guys could clearly see broad market, S&P 100, top 100 stocks getting overbought. NASDAQ 100. And look at this line. Whoop, see, when they go up like this, they don't have a lot of follow through. All right. They don't have a lot of follow through. So I'm just warning you guys, we're in a very tumultuous area here. Everything is pointing to overbought territory. Does that mean we're peaking out? No, it just means like we're getting really close to the top. It means we're getting really close to the top. Remember I told you guys I want to have 1,000 people before the end of this year here? Well, we have 517 right now. That's a kaboom right there. And we haven't even started our broadcast. The broadcast Join us live on this channel now. Get this one right here. Just repost this. All right, there we go. All right, so you guys understand we're in a very precarious situation. And also, just want to show you something. You can also go to this tab on bar chart, and you can go to market performance, and you can get this yourself. And just FYI, look at the S&P 500. 79% of stocks are above the 200-day moving average. That's quite a bit. Look at basic materials, 82%. Now, I want to show you guys something crazy. Look at utilities. I want to show you this. This is the number of the utilities. This is 10 years. Look at where utilities are right now. Look at where utilities are right now. Just wanted to show you this. This is very, very important. Very, very, very important. So momentum levels, bottom line is momentum levels are getting a little bit ahead of themselves. A little bit ahead of themselves. That's which is not all that great. And I'm hoping that we're going to see some of these numbers come down. All right. We're finally at the SPY. We could talk technicals now. All right. The SPY is near all-time high. As a matter of fact, we are at a very, very high level here. I am actually not expecting the market to make another leg up. I don't think there's enough catalyst, although I've been wrong before, folks. I think the market is going to consolidate today around this price area. And if you go a little closer here, you will see that if we break through the 525, we're going to go lower. So the level we need to watch out for today on the downside is 525, okay? 525 on the SPY. What about the QQQ? Well, on the QQQ, and obviously the all-time high. Good morning, Eugene. How are you? This is the QQQ. So you guys could see we gapped up and we've been coming down the last hour or so. We're right here. We still haven't broken up all-time high price. We closed at the all-time high, but we haven't made an all-time high. But we're very, very close. Again, I believe we're going to consolidate here and build a base, much how we built around here. I don't think the market is ready. I think after something like this, the market needs to consolidate and cool off a little bit. Thank you, guys. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if we can get 700 today on YouTube. This is we're breaking records here, breaking records. All right. So you guys could see that we are near, this is nosebleed levels. We could easily break higher. Although with all of these Fed speakers, with volatility being at historic lows, with the bond market, the bond market's breaking lower. Look at that. Keep your eye today, guys. Clue for you. Keep your eye on TLT. And if TLT breaks down, it's not going to be great. Keep your eye on volatility, $ VIX. If it starts breaking higher or does this up, see, gapped up today. If it does this and gaps higher, it's not going to be great for the market. Please, please, please keep an eye on those two things. They are going to be very, very, very important. Very, very, very important. Okay. All right. Talked about the NASDAQ, talked about consolidation, choppiness, not anything running away from us. I don't think we have to really worry hard about stops right now. I think we have to worry about figuring out direction. All right. Would include the webinar attendees be cheating? No, Raymond. Why would it be cheating? I'll be doing more webinars here. It's a 15-minute webinar. It's not going to be a long webinar, I promise you. 15 minutes is all I ask for you guys. We'll start at 8:45 sharp. So top stocks. Sectors, excuse me. Do we have fragmentation? Well, how many stocks are making 90-day breakouts, right? I know you guys want to know how many stocks are making 90-day breakouts because you guys know how important this number is. Remember, let me go look at, keep your eye on this number. $454, and then what happens afterwards? Look, 182, 286, and we're at 286 now. Momentum levels are not in the 400s, all right? They're not in the 400s. We have clear momentum. Momentum levels peaked out at about 454, and it looks like they're coming off, consolidating right now. Yeah, there we go, 581. That's what I'm talking about. So we don't have huge overbought momentum levels, which means the markets can consolidate and or go higher if they wish. Well, what about the fruit salad? Do we have a fruit salad today, or do we have stocks behaving themselves? Not right now. We're in a distribution stage. We're not in a developing stage. Markets do two things. They distribute and they develop. When they develop, they're consolidate. Develop means consolidate. Distribute means trend. All right. You guys are funny. So what's leading and what's lagging? Well, Bitcoin, okay, that's speculative. Semiconductors, that's speculative. Technology, that's speculative. Ooh, real estate, QQQ, that's fairly speculative. All right, what is communication services doing here? That's a rat right there. What's consumer discretionary doing here? That's a rat right there. That's a red flag right there. All right, that's a red flag right there. So still not seeing it. We're clearly seeing speculative stocks outperform regular stocks. Shouldn't be a surprise with the NASDAQ being up here. But I'm telling you, if we were right here right now, if we were here and not here, if we were right here or even right here, this would be a lot more balanced than it is right now. A lot more balanced. Good morning, Susan. How are you? Good morning. We'll have a boot camp here in about 5 minutes. So tech is still leading. I'm expecting a lot more consolidation this week, a lot more choppiness, a lot more price discovery, not a lot more developing value as opposed to distributing. Why? Because we don't have a major catalyst, and the catalyst we have is going to be intervened by 8 Fed speakers, and these Fed speakers are going to be telling that kid over and over and over again, you ain't getting that bike. All right. Also, as I mentioned, keep your eye on the bond market. If this bond market, it's already down right now. If this bond market continues moving lower, we're going to be in deep doo-doo. All right. 1 second. We will be starting the boot camp in 5 minutes on the YouTube channel link. All right. Just wanted to let people on Zoom. Yeah, Rick, because we're having a class soon. Remember, 1,000 people before the end of the year. Good morning, Glenn. How are you? Thank you, Eric. Hey, if 615 people wake up this early in the morning to watch me on YouTube, then I think we're doing something right. So again, keep your eye on the bond market. Let me give you my top stocks, and then let's get through the good stuff. You want to write this down, guys. Good morning, Jeremy from California. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so let's do the short side first. Stocks that I like to the short side, and then we'll start the class. Give the folks a few minutes for the room to fill up, and then we'll start the class. Oops. What's a better way to start than doing hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. These are stocks that I'm liking today, all right? This is to the short, I'm doing my short side first. X, Whirlpool, gonna give you my list. Oh, what a dog. Unity. There is, Scott, in the VIP, in the Telegram channel, there is a link. And you can watch on Zoom and you can watch on Telegram. It doesn't matter. You can watch on both. Yeah, Jill, let's see if we can get to 700. Dollar Tree. That's right. Mondays are definitely for planning our week. Dollar Tree looks awful. Although I'd like to see a little more downside before going in. I want to see a little more short selling. Target on my short list. Target's definitely on my short list. SEDG. Short list. CLX. Short list. We'll be starting the session in just a minute. Let me go through my list. It'll just take a minute. Let's get the room to fill up and we'll start. 5. We never talked about this stock before. First time we're talking about this stock, right? And nice. Hopefully it'll give us a nice trade. All right, let's talk about the long side. I still like financials. I still like financials a lot. JD, I like China. I've been talking about China. Where's Adam? Adam's not here. Adam's usually here. He's not here. I still like Google, by the way. We have a credit spread on Google right now. I like Google. I like FCX. Lulu's still good, just not on my morning list right now. I like FCX for a long. I like Newmont for a long. I like this. I like Schwab. I still like my financials. Yep, 686. Hello, Romeo. Wow, look at that stock. It looks good. I like BSSX. Oh, what a beauty. I like AIG. What a beauty. I like Duke. Almost 700. 710. There we go. Tech. I like Tech. This is one of Stanley Druckenmiller's stocks that he's been buying up. We've been talking about the stock almost every couple of days. DD. I'm almost done, guys. I'm almost done. We'll be starting in just a moment. Oh, nice breakout here. We called that one. First Solar. American Express. AVB. And last but not least, SCCO. Now, for the moment we've all been waiting for. All right. All right. All right, folks, we're going to be talking about my boot camp. I hope everybody's ready for this. I'm only going to need about 15 minutes of your time. I've been waiting for this for a very, very long time. Let's see if we can get 800 people in this room. Folks, now, the performance. Everything I'm going to be showing you today is not typical. What you'll see today is an internal audit from October 30th to May 16th. The audit took real trades and applied options to them. We've had a 95.91% win rate on 171 trades with an average return of 13.45%. I am not going to be selling you the pit here. That's not what this is. I'm using the pit as an example. So if you already have a pit, you definitely want to stay here, okay? Now, there will be losers. Matter of fact, we've had 7 losers in the pit, and I'm sure we'll have more, but they will happen. And every time you take a trade, you should assume you're going to have more losers. Experiencing a lag on your verbal versus charts. Sorry to hear that. Now, today I want to start by asking you guys a question. Have you ever wanted to learn what it could take to be a full-time trader? A full-time trader. You could stop having to always report to the boss man and begin answering to only you and your schedule, right? Or maybe for those of you who are already retired, what would it look like if your trading gains helped you replace your sole dependence on Social Security or pension checks? Wouldn't that be nice? Or maybe you're like me and you just love beating the stock market over and over again. You know, I love having fun with you guys. Well, regardless of which category you fall into, all right, today I want to open your eyes to a very best method that I know of that could help start supplementing your income and maybe one day replace it. But before I get into the details, first I want to take you back about 6 months. My assistant Matt and I wanted to find a way to track institutional money flow and hedge fund buying in real time. So we started developing what later became the Pro Trader Dashboard, and most of you know how well it works. If you're in the Pro Trader Dashboard and if it's helping you, let us know. You look for the green arrow, which tips us to the long opportunity, red arrow to the short opportunity. Now, by following the Pro Trader Dashboard, we started sending out alerts to a small group of traders. We did it publicly first, which has now grown to over 900 people. Actually, 900, we're getting close to 1,000 people, actually. And the results have been really good. These are the actual results of the underlying stock, and the options look almost as good. Maybe some would say even better. I turned $1,000 into almost $4,000, Ann said, after a couple of weeks of trading. Angie, 92%. Shelton took 2,000 and turned it into 17,000. My assistant, Josiah, look at Josiah. The rascal started trading my program. He made $1,400 in the last couple of weeks. That little rascal. Got to watch Josiah. He was up $1,400 in just a couple of weeks. Now, if your assistants are trading your program with real money, you know you're doing something right, right? Now, obviously, these are the best stories. Now, actually, they're not the best stories. I get stories like that all day long. You guys know them because you send them to me. And before we get going, I want to clear the air. There's never anything guaranteed in the markets. Winners and losers are part of the game. You guys know that. You know how I roll. If you can't afford a loss, you shouldn't be playing. That said, when I first started doing this, my goal was to keep a 75% win rate. That's a killer win rate in trading. 75% is really, really good. But 95% plus, almost 96%, that's unheard of for directional trades. Now, here's the thing, though. To achieve our current 95% plus win rate, I didn't just go long on every green arrow the Pro Trader dashboard gave me, right? You guys know that. And I didn't just go short on every red flag it gave me. It doesn't work that simple. There's so much more to the decision-making process for me, much of which I learned back in my hedge fund trading days. And one particular piece that's been bread and butter to our success that I've recently adopted, I'll get into that later. Many of you know me, but for those that don't, they stuck a picture of me when I was 29 years old here. That's the first picture my wife ever saw of me she decided to go on a date with me after seeing this picture. This is me 24 years ago, folks. Let me introduce myself. I was already trading for 5 years here. Former hedge fund manager, 30 years of experience. One of my clients included one of the wealthiest families on the planet, the Bronfman family. Most of you already know this story. I've partnered with Kevin Hassett and Charles Calomiris. Both have been in line to take over Powell's job before Powell got his job, and they're still in line. Kevin Hassett is the senior financial economist to President Trump's administration. He'll be back in the White House if President Trump's get elected. Charles Calomiris is the Ivy League professor of economics in Columbia University. He's been there for 30 years. And I've also partnered with Curtis Faith, who's the youngest total trader. I have probably one of the best pedigrees in the world. I'm sorry that I have to say this, but do you know anybody who traded with the senior financial economist to President Trump's administration? Maybe Clyde did, but that's about it. Now, that's me recently with my wife. I've shared my work with over 500,000 people worldwide, and I spend my day streaming my pre-market live each morning, hosting my VIP room, and having fun. Now, during the old hedge fund days, I worked with some of the most skilled traders and economists on the planet. And not only did we learn how to master systematic and rotational strategies, we had a lot of fun day trading. I started off as day trading. You guys know how much fun I love day trading and swing trading. And what I learned is there's so many pieces that go into each and every day trade you enter. But once it's all lined up, you feel extremely confident about placing the trade. And a lot of you guys have seen that. In fact, for those of you that are in the trading pit, you'll see that I add many stocks to my watch list every day. That's just some, parts from the boot camp, from the pit. I'm always giving you guys stocks to add to your short list and long list. But we only take action on a very few selected stocks. By doing that, we've been able to achieve a 95.8% win rate and have been able to help a lot of traders make money along the way. Take a look at what some of my best students have said. Michael, based on 53-minute trade, he made 114%. Kirk increased, even with his withdrawals, he's up $58,000. He just earned $12,900. Based on a 24-hour period, he started with $58,000, made $12,900. That's really good. Cleared $404 on BBY. We use these principles, Jill, in the weekly cash flow too. Rodney, $404 on BBY. Now, there are many, many, many pieces in placing a confident trade, but there's one tool we've recently adopted that has made all the difference, the VWAP. In fact, it's the same exact tool that Ken Griffith uses that helped make him billions of dollars. Now, Ken Griffith owns Citadel Securities, okay? He's worth $37 billion, and he sends all of his staff to Disneyland every year for 3 days for money that he makes from you guys. According to testimony, now this is the part that you guys need to pay attention to. And this is the part that's really important. According to testimony in front of Congress, Going back to 2021, Ken and Citadel Securities stated they account for 35% of all trades in the U.S. stock market. That means Ken's hedge fund does 1 out of every 3 trades in the entire stock market. So guess what? Every time you do a trade, every time you do 3 trades, guess who goes against you 1 time? I'm not making this up, which also means 35% of the trades you place, he places against you. Ken is betting against you, and the same tool we're leveraging to achieve our win rate. So the question is, don't you want to know what this tool is and how to use it for your own trading? No matter what kind of trading you do. All right? Don't you guys want to know that? Don't go on Zoom, Wayne. Go on YouTube. I told everybody, go on YouTube. We're on YouTube right now. The simple answer is VWAP, volume weighted average price. Testimony from Ken Griffith. Now, read this carefully. In his testimony to Congress, Ken Griffith of Citadel stated, today, virtually all trades executed by institutional investors are in the form of program trades, such as VWAP and other algorithmic trades. According to their website, Citadel Trades executes approximately 35% of all U.S. listed retail volume, making us the industry top wholesale market maker. Griffin said, I'm not making this up, folks. Read this. Griffith said, VWAPs are not large trades. It's not like there's 10 million shares to be bought. It's a trade that's sliced into, this is called parent-child orders, into small slices, 100, 200 shares, and executed over a course of a day, a week, or a month. He emphasized the words about time frame because it shows directly that the VWAP orders are not just for one day. They're also used for larger trades, which can take days, weeks, or months. Remember this point when we study how long-term VWAPs work. So if this doesn't, you're live, Susan. If this doesn't like put it right between your eyes, I don't know what will. Here's a guy who takes 1 out of every 3 trades you takes, and he's telling you the tools that he's using to execute the trades. Now, do you guys understand what I mean by being on the right side of the market, looking at the market from the same perspective as him, so you have the same win rate and same advantage as he does? VWAP has been our bread and butter. That's that orange line on my chart. And the anchored VWAP is a end of day bread and butter. There's 2. I can, but I don't want to, Robert. It's going to be more difficult for me to read. Yeah. Actually, you know what? Yeah, I'm just going to leave it like this. This afternoon, I'll do it in full screen. No, this is definitely not the Ken from Dumb and Dumber. He's definitely not Dumb and Dumber. He's one of the richest people in the world. And I'm sure you know, I've been mentioning the VWAP and even the anchored VWAP more and more inside my free videos. The anchored VWAP is what you use over time, and VWAP intraday, which has generated an overwhelming amount of emails and requests from you all wanting more education on the VWAP, how I select these stocks, and what I do. That's right. Moral of the story is you want more. And people want to learn how I've been able to keep up on beating the markets over and over again. Now, I can give you more information and more red meat across my free content and videos, and I plan to continue doing that. But I also want to help you help me. I would love nothing more than to train you to be just as good as day trading with the dashboard and the VWAP as me. That means that with time and leveraging the VWAP, if it really depends on it, or if you wanted to, you can tap into the very best method that I know of that could help start supplementing your income. And maybe one day completely replace it. Like Brett, who said, one of my best students, just wanted to say thank you for helping my dream come true. I can now trade full-time for a living. That's what I want from all of you guys. So back to the question I asked at the beginning of this broadcast. Have you ever wanted to learn what it would take to be a full-time trader? Or in other words, have you ever wanted to be at a place in your life where if you had to rely on trading to help supplement your income, you could? I know that for many of you, with my recent work with the Pro Trader Dashboard and the Trading Pit, you might already be there. But now, today, for the first time, I want to level up your skill and teach you how to be your own boss, where you're not dependent on even me. And folks, this is live. There's like an 8-second delay, okay? But this is live. Full-time trader bootcamp. In class, I'm going to take you completely behind the scenes of my day trades and swing trades inside my brain, even deeper than what many of you read from inside the trading pit. And I know I've been giving you a lot of information there. This will be all new material, not the same education you've seen inside the Pro Trader dashboard in the Trading Pit members area. I'll take you step by step from the morning scans to the strongest and weakest stocks that day, to adding certain stocks to a hit list, to leveraging the VWAP, to averaging the Hakanashi clouds, to leveraging the anchored VWAP, to placing a trade on a high conviction setup. This class is designed to help two types of people. Someone who wants to learn how to break into the world of day or swing trading fast without all the BS. If that's you, this is all new. I've never done this. This is the first time we're doing this class. This class is made for you. You won't have to unlearn bad tips and tactics you've learned in the past. And there's a second type of trader, a very active trader, possibly already using my Pro Trader dashboard inside the pit, but eager to learn more. They're wanting to find even more steps on their own and want to learn to trade a true hedge fund trader, like Ken Griffith, who uses the VWAP. You're not missing anything, Susan. You're right on the right place. Everybody's delayed. Take it easy. If that's you, then this class is also perfect for you. Here's how it'll work. I've set aside 3 days, the last 3 days of this month, next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and it'll all be recorded. On day 1, May 29th at 2 p.m. Eastern time, what is the VWAP? Why are we using the VWAP? How Ken Griffith uses the VWAP? The basics of using the VWAP, how we're leveraging VWAP for day trading. Day 2, how to use the VWAP for identifying fair value. How to use the VWAP for pullback trades. How to combine the VWAP with the Hakanashis. What is the VWAP? Day 3, what is the anchored VWAP? Where do you place the anchored VWAP? How do you use the anchored VWAP? How to combine multiple anchored VWAPs, putting everything together. Bonus, on the final day of trading, I'll keep the room open and do some live trades. Or maybe if I run out of time, we'll do a 4th day where we'll just do some bonus trades. Like I sometimes give you a bonus trade in the VIP room, but this time I'll show you how I came up with that trade. And a bonus where you can essentially sit over my shoulder, ask me questions, and participate in the day trading decision. Wouldn't that be cool? Now, since this is my first class I've done in a long time, in fact, it's the first class I've done this year, you don't have to worry about spreads, Elizabeth. The original idea my publisher had was to offer this for $5,000, given that it's what I charged last time I did something like this. All right. And many of you were in that class, including Ken Reed, one of my most loyal students. But I told my publisher, no soup. $5,000 is too much. So he said, what about $2,000? But then I got thinking about it, right? And I want everyone to be able to attend. I don't want this to be something that you can't attend because you don't have the money. I want you to attend whether you have 25,000 or a smaller account, or just want to learn about trading and they're just starting out. That's why I decided to lower the price down to one simple price, $492. It's all going to be recorded. It's happening next Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and it's all going to be recorded. To celebrate the 95% win rate we've been able to achieve with the day trading tactics that I'll be teaching you during the class, I've slapped on another $95 discount. I'm telling you, I'm doing this on the download cheap. I'm doing this really cheap. So for the first traders in the door, it's not going to cost you $492. It's going to cost you $397. I'm so confident that you're going to love this course that I'm going to throw in a full-time trader bootcamp guarantee. That means for anyone that sits through these sessions, and by the end, if you do not feel like you're getting your money's worth, call my team, get a refund. All right? So the question is, are you ready? If you are, grab your virtual ticket by going to rogerscott.com/bootcamp. And I'm hoping to God that somebody posts that, because I'm going to post that in the, actually, I could post that everywhere. I could post this here. I could post this here. Look at that. I'm doing multi stuff today. Folks, I've been wanting to do this class live, and I wanted to charge between $5,000 and $10,000 for it. But I realized I don't want to do this for 20 people. I want to do this for 500 people. And I want you guys to have everything you need to trade the right way. This is why I've made the price. This is why I've made this price $397. Can you beat that? Can you beat that price? Folks, your questions will be answered. It'll all be recorded. I'm going to put together how I find setups with the VWAP and the Hakanashis, how I make sure everything lines up, how I use the anchored VWAP, how institutional traders trade. Is this class valuable if we don't have the Pro Trader dashboard? Yes, Demi, it has nothing to, oh yeah, folks, if you don't have the Pro Trader dashboard, you will get 100% value out of this class, because you will understand why I use the Pro Trader dashboard and how I use the Pro Trader dashboard and why the VWAP is so important to the Pro Trader dashboard. You don't have to have the Pro Trader dashboard. You don't have to use the Pro Trader dashboard. This is a class for anybody who wants to learn how to day trade or swing trade the right way. Each class is going to be an hour to 90 minutes. It'll be recorded. And I'm going to do 3 sessions next Wednesday, next Thursday, and Friday, right when everybody comes back from holidays. And if we have time on the 3rd session, I'll do a bonus live trading. If not, I'll schedule for the following week, and we'll include an hour or 90 minutes of live trading. I'm literally giving you 4 to 5 hours of my time for $395. I just explained to you and showed you how Ken Griffith takes 1 out of 3 trades that you take, and he uses this tool. And all the large hedge funds use this tool. Yes, you could use this with options. You could use this with spreads. I'm going to show you how to time the market, not what tools to use to time the market. So you'll be able to use this with spreads, with strangles, with time spreads, with credit spreads. I'm going to be showing you where the best low risk opportunities are, so you could take advantage of them any way you want. You could trade this with options. You could trade this with stocks. You could trade this with ETFs. You could use this to trade swing trades. You could use this to trade day trades. Matter of fact, Ken Griffith and the majority of the funds use this for swing trades. They don't even use it for day trades. We use it for day trades. So it's going to be extremely it's going to be very, very productive. And again, the only reason, I'm going to explain to you something. The only reason why I'm not charging $5,000 to $10,000 for this is because I don't want to have a live class. I just don't have time to do a 3-day live class and spend 30, 40 hours. And it would have been $5,000 to $10,000. I wanted to just, I've been saving and waiting and getting material together. So I'm literally giving you a $5,000 to $10,000 class for less than $400. And I'm doing this out of the goodness of my heart. And yes, it applies to options. It applies to ETFs. It applies to any asset you trade: futures, stocks, currencies, commodities, ETFs, cryptos, everything needs to know. One of the things you guys don't understand is you don't understand how hedge funds look at the markets. And once you see the difference between how the VWAP works or how the anchored VWAP works, and you see it how a regular moving average works, I promise you will never, ever, ever use a moving average to enter and exit a trade. You may use it for a directional bias, but you will never use it as a market timing tool. Going to be recorded for future. Yes, everything's going to be recorded. Yes, everything is going to be recorded for future earnings. And again, folks, jump on this. Don't think about it. Jump on this. If you're not happy, if you're not satisfied, if you don't think that I gave you value times 10 what you pay for this course, please call and ask for your money back as soon as we're done. You don't have to wait for a year. You could literally get it as soon as we're done. That's how confident I am. There's no upselling here. I don't have anything to upsell. They'll be live, and there'll be a recording afterwards for all of it. Yes, with the Q&A and everything. And I may even give you a software so you could computerize the anchored VWAP on your Thinkorswim. Most platforms have all of this stuff, but Brian created something cool for the anchored VWAP for Thinkorswim, so we'll give you that as well. Helicopter Gal says, is all access? I don't know, Penny, I don't know. You could just ask customer service. I'm assuming it's included with all access. I mean, you have all access, but remember, it's not live yet. This is lifetime access, yes. There's no upsells here. I'm not upselling you anything. I'm not charging you thousands of dollars. It's $397. Okay. That's like the lowest price I've ever had on anything I've sold in a very, very, very long time. Folks, jump on this opportunity. It's a really, really good opportunity. Jump on it. Do it now. Grab your $95 discount. And again, you could use this with options. You could do this with ETFs. You could do this with stocks. You could do this if you're a long-term investor. You could do this if you're a swing trader. And you could use this if you're a day trader. These are tools that professional traders use and don't like to share with amateurs. Do you think Ken Griffith wants you to know that he uses this tool? You know how hard it was for me to find that article? This guy in Congress, he told folks he uses a tool, and he's telling you exactly how he uses it to accumulate. Why do you think I use it so much? Yes, class starts at 2 p.m., an hour to 90 minutes. I like to go a little longer, Penny. Just depends on how I feel about it. You only get an extra possible trade for a bonus of 3. Right. So, folks, again, this is a great, great deal. I hope you guys join me. I'm going to tune out right now. I have to get to work. Please, please, please don't miss this opportunity. It's a great opportunity. It works. Marie, who's in the Zoom room, yes, it works with futures. Let me just type this here. It works with futures, options, stocks, ETF, and you will never use another tool again after VWAP and anchored VWAP. I promise you, it'll become part of your, this will become part of your toolbox. I guarantee you it will. Glenn says, sorry, came in late. What is the bootcamp teaching? It teaches you the VWAP and anchored VWAP. It teaches you how Ken Griffith and other institutional investors gauge trades before they put them on. Yeah. Roger, can we hit the frequently asked? Yeah, Josiah, let's do the frequently asked questions. What are the frequently asked questions? Oh, the slides. I don't even know where they're at. I thought I went to the last slide. I don't. Oh, we have more slides. Oh, Jesus, I'm an idiot. Now let's ask some frequently asked questions. Sorry, Josiah. I'm an idiot. Where are these sessions? Session 1, Wednesday, May 29th at 2 p.m. Session 2, Thursday, May 30th at 2 p.m. Session 3, Friday, May 31st at 2 p.m. If I can't make it to one, they will all be recorded in the members area. You don't need to throw anything out. Now, why would you say throw out the Pro Trader dashboard after this? Come on. That's ridiculous. Pro Trader dashboard will make it easier for you to use this, but you could use this without the Pro Trader dashboard than what you said it would cost in the past. I did. Of course, every session will be recorded and posted in the members area of your for you to consume at your own rate and your own time. What will you be covering in each session? What is the VWAP? Who's using the VWAP? Why are they using the VWAP? The basics of the VWAP. How are we leveraging the VWAP for day trading? How to use the VWAP to determine fair value? How to use it for pullbacks? How to use it for breakout? How to use it for pinches? You guys don't even know what pinches are. The dates are next Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and they're right here. I posted the dates right here on the slide, May 29th, 30th, and 31st. And if you're not there, it'll be recorded. Everything will be recorded. May 29th, May 30th, and 31st. It will all be recorded. Day 3, May 31st. What's the anchored VWAP? Where do you place the anchored VWAP? Do you use the anchored VWAP? How to combine the anchored VWAP? Putting everything together. Remember, on the final day of training, I'll keep the room open to do some live trades. And if we run out of time, I'll have a separate session, which I don't mind doing. I actually kind of want to do that, where you can easily sit over my shoulder, ask me questions, and participate. Is there any prerequisite knowledge of experience required? No. Remember, I designed this class for 2 types of people: active traders, someone just looking to get started. If you have the Pro Trader dashboard, you will then understand better why and how we're using the dashboard. But it's independent of the dashboard. Independent. What are the expected outcomes after completing these class? By the end of the bootcamp, each attendee should be equipped to apply the VWAP and the anchored VWAP in their own trading and make more informed decisions. Not in person. No, Glenn, this is what I was trying to say. You see, Glenn, if I did them in person, it would take about 30 hours of my time, and I would have to charge you about $5,000 to $10,000. I don't want to do that. I want to give this to everybody, and I'd rather charge $400 and make everybody happy. I'm seriously, I'm doing this as an opportunity for you guys. I could easily, here's what I could do. I could do it at the Loop. I can charge $10,000. I can get 15 people there, or I could do it online. We can record it. We can do it for everybody, for people who can't attend, who don't want to attend. We can record it, bring it out, give you 5 hours of video recordings, and charge you $392. Don't you think that's a good way to doing it? You could do this on any platform. All right. And I'll give you a tool to help you do it easier on the Thinkorswim platform. You could do this on TradingView, TradeStation, Bar Chart, TC2000. They all have it. They all have this tool. This is the second month in a row I take $1,000 out of my Schwab account to help me pay my mortgage. I'll be happy as a trader, just a member of your program. And all right, Susan. Yeah, I mean, I'm really trying to do a solid for you guys. Do I need to own the Pro Trader dashboard? No, it has nothing to do with the Pro Trader dashboard. The Pro Trader dashboard is a very valuable tool to me. I added a part of this to the Pro Trader dashboard because the VWAP is so important to me. The VWAP and the Pro Trader dashboard have nothing to do with one another. It's just a tool just to show you how important the VWAP is. I've added it to the Pro Trader dashboard. The Pro Trader dashboard and the VWAP have nothing to do with each other. It's just to make it convenient for me. That's all it is. And I'll show you how you can use how you'll be able to set an alert if you use like a Thinkorswim. You'll be able to do that too. And it has nothing to do with Trading Pit. KNL says, if no access to members page, can we watch recording later if we can't watch it too? Yes, you can watch. You'll be able to watch the recording. You'll be able to watch the videos forever, lifetime. Was this price? Yeah, me too, Shady, but I wanted to do something cool for you. It wouldn't be a bad idea after you take the course to consider getting the Pro Trader dashboard, but it's not, they have nothing to do with one another. They really don't. This course and the Pro Trader dashboard and the pit have no direct relationship with each other. After you get this, you'll be like, yeah, the Pro Trader dashboard makes it easier, but that's all. It's like a tool to make it easier. It'll be a tremendous tool for combining the VWAP and the anchored VWAP. Someone said, wish more of your content was this. This is why I felt bad for people who didn't have it. Ken, you're amazing. Glad to have you with us. Definitely, Glenn and Ken. I'm happy to have both of you with us. Is what you're going to teach us really the bread and butter to your 95% win rate? Yes. Ask Brian. He was there helping me with the VWAP. Half the trades I take are pullbacks to the VWAP. I show you guys, how many images a day do I show you of the SPY hitting the VWAP and bouncing off? How many images do I show you guys every single day in the free members area and in the pit? Is the VWAP the regular VWAP that comes? Yes, it comes with every platform. You have it on TradingView. You don't have to install or anything. If you have Thinkorswim, Brian made a little tool to make the anchor VWAP easier on Thinkorswim, but TradingView has everything out of the box. Bar Chart has everything out of the box. TC2000 has everything out of the box. They all have this. Every trading platform has the VWAP. And if not, use Bar Chart. It's free. Yes, look, I'm sending you, near VWAP. It doesn't mean it's only applicable to the trading pit or the Pro Trader dashboard. It just happens to be so important that I added it here. But I figured you guys want to use it. Yes, he uses it for every, there's Brian. I use it for every trade. Well, not every trade, but every pullback trade. I do. It's that important. Which is even more insane. I'm giving you all these goodies for $397. Does Ken Griffith really use this tool? Yes. Congress in 2021, he swore under oath to Congress. I showed you the slide. This guy's worth $37 billion and he uses this tool and he's not talking about it. Look, in his testimony to Congress 2021, CEO of Citadel, today virtually all trading executed by institutional investors are in the form of program trades such as VWAP and others. Griffith said the VWAP trades are not large trades. It's not like there are 10 million shares to be bought. This is what I've been telling you guys about. If this is not good enough for you, then if this guy uses it, and if I'm using it in my Pro Trader dashboard, and the Pro Trader dashboard is designed to find institutional sponsorship, don't you think you should be enrolling in this class? It's there. You have the anchored VWAP. That means Ken's hedge funds does 1 out of every 3 trades in the entire stock market, which means a third of your trades are against him. Ken is betting against you that you're not using the same tool as he is. What if I can't make it? It's recorded, Susan. It'll be recorded and put in the members area for life. For life. And I'm making this affordable. $397. The question is, don't you want to know what this tool is and how to use it the right way without reinventing the wheel? $397. Here's all the goodies you're getting, and here's all of it. Every part of it. Get this now. Call customer service. They will explain it in more details. 904-404-8873. Will you be able to tell? No, I'm not going to tell you where to enter the trades. Crazy about pets. I'm also crazy about pets. The VWAP and the anchored VWAP are going to tell you when to enter the trades. Bob says, I'm in the pub, in the pit. We'll learn anything, know what VWAP, and exactly, there you are. I'm telling you guys, this is really, really good stuff. All right. Listen, I got to head out to work. I got to head out to the office. You're thinking like, Roger, you've been working for the last 90 minutes, but I got to go to the office now. And we have VIP room at noon, and we're going to be doing this again today afterwards at 1 o'clock. All right. So I love all of you. I want to thank all of you for being here. Please, please, please don't miss out. I know spots are limited, and we're only charging $397 for this. Richard says it's just as funny on a recording as he is live. You can't interpret as necessary. Yeah, trades around VWAP. Pro Trader dashboard, John. Half of my, every pullback trade is based on the VWAP. Every pullback trade is based on the, or 90% of my pullback trades there are based on the VWAP. I didn't do anything. Brian and Matt added it for me, so I have it now. So if it wasn't important, do you think think about it, the Pro Trader dashboard has just the tools that I need, and I added the VWAP in there. Don't you think it's important? Don't you want a program that has over a 95% win rate, the same tools that I'm using? Don't you want to have the same tools as this schlub uses? Look, this is his testimony. All right? So I'm telling you, get it now. All right, folks, have a fantastic day. I'm going to leave this page here. Actually, I'm not going to leave this page here, but get this now. Get this program now, and I'll talk to you guys in the VIP room. Let me give you my link for my VIP room. And that's happening at noon today, Eastern time. There you go. Ken Griffith, one of the best investors ever. I'm going to show you the same tool he uses in his hedge fund to rake in billions right after my VIP room as well. And we'll talk more about this. Richard says there's not enough information on the gap to green alerts yet, so I'm going to hold this until finish the course. Richard, this has nothing to do with gap to green, and it has nothing to do with anything. This is completely separate and is on its own. Folks, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. I will see you later. Bye, everybody.